Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome to Sunday night on DWIT 3D, continuing the RatRig build. Lots of people on early tonight, so I'm going to actually do something I haven't done in a while and just read the hellos because, so Kieran, first one on, awesome, my man Kieran. Stephen Poole, hello, SPC 3D. Non-fam, Jerry, 3DHP, check out his channel, awesome channel. Carl Fenton is here. 3D Medic Vince is in the house. Who else do we have here? Going down, we have Brendan Wilson, welcome. Aaron Souls, Astro Printer Liam. Hey Liam, thanks for popping in. Steve L. If I miss your name, forgive me. We have Parthos Labolt and who else is on here? Old Curmudgeon. Hey, and the Apprentice is here. Dougal. Jeff Hutchins, hey, from BC, fellow Canadian, hey. So glad everybody could join me tonight. Bardicus, hey, how you doing? I got some new subscribers last week that are probably going to be popping on tonight. If you are, welcome. If you're here already and you're new, welcome. And if you're here and you're new and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that, oops, on this side, hit that like and subscribe button on the bottom. That'd be awesome. I'd appreciate it. So I took last Sunday off. So there was no stream last Sunday. I went out to Ontario, upset in my country, to visit some family that I haven't seen in a lot of years. So it was a great trip. Had some awesome times with my brother and his family. So that was awesome to see. Philippe, hello, welcome. And Autodrop, I see you're here as well. Perfect. Hello. Wow, I got a lot of people waiting for me for the stream tonight. So that's great. I have a special treat, not a treat. I have a special thing to show Jerry. So Jerry, if you're watching, I see in the chat earlier, you said you were cooking while you were watching, but I have a special treat to show you. I want to show you something that's truly and utterly Canadian. You ready for this? Watch. Here we go. Look at that. Those are Smarties in Canada, but not only that, this is a special limited edition Smarties package called Smarties A. You don't get much more Canadian than that. So this is our version of the Smartie. This particular pack has red and white Smarties in it. And those are basically, for those of you in the US, I know Smarties are your little things that we call rockets, which are hard candies. These are chocolate with little candy coating on them. So I saw this and I had to get it to bring on the stream to show Jerry. So that's a Canadian Smartie box right there, if I've never seen one. Anyways, without further ado, last week we left off, I had started building the hot end. Oh, and you may be noticing that there's nobody on either side of me here. You didn't get any reply. I emailed you, Dougal. Okay, I'll email you again tomorrow. I did send you an email asking you for the information. You probably didn't get, you were impersonated. You were impersonated. You were impersonated. I did send you an email. You probably didn't receive it. So I'll send you another email again tomorrow getting your information for the filament. So same as down under New Zealand, they're real Smarties. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Chris Travis. So I don't have a cohort tonight. I texted Jason. He's probably busy. Something's come up. He slept and forgot about the stream. That's fine. So I get to fly solo tonight. So if anything goes wrong tonight, we can blame Jason. Now, I didn't get a chance to change my screen, which says streams without an incident. It was 1. We're up to 2 now. So we're going to keep that number climbing. Tonight should be a hard hat free stream. I shouldn't need the hard hat. So anyways, where we left off last time, I had started building the hot end up here. Okay. I had put the part of the hot end on, which was the E3D V6 nozzle. And then Jason suggested afterwards, hey, I might want to put the belt tensioners or the belt grips on here first before I put the hot end on, because it's going to be a little easier to put them on without the hot end in the way. And he was right. So since last week, all I've done was since 2 weeks ago, sorry, I took the hot end off, and we're going to continue on the step with the belt. And where we're at, if I go over here and I add this, so we're at this stage right here. Okay. So we're going to be adding these, they're calling these belt grabbers. We're going to be adding the belt grabbers. So this is where we put. Now, one of the interesting things I found in the notes is that it says It doesn't mention it in the instructions, but this is where we do a little bit of a loose tension on the belts here, because there are belt tensioners that were done in another step. So, and this is also where we're going to trim the belts. So this is like a nervous point. Got to trim the belts, and once you trim them, they're trimmed. You can't glue them back together. So I got to make sure I don't screw this part up. So there we go. So this is the part we're going to get going on to. So now Jason's not here to read the chat for me, so I'm going to keep an eye on the chat as much as I can, but I'm also going to be focusing on getting the printer going. So let me drop this out of the screen here now so you know what we're doing. We've got, this thing has made some pretty good leeway. We put the bed on last week, and it's coming along really well. We're pretty close to starting the part where this back panel is going to be the focus, where all the electronics are going to go. So yeah, so far so good. So let's get right at it. I've got my handy dandy flex arm camera up here, and I'm going to stop every once in a while since Jason's missing today. I'm going to stop and keep an eye on the chat. So we may not get as much done tonight, but if I can finish this whole X gantry tonight, I'll be happy with that. And then possibly when I finish that, I'll put the heat plate on the bottom of the bed, and I'll put the magnetic surface on the top of the bed. So maple flavored bacon. Yeah, I'm not a fan of maple flavored bacon, to be honest with you. So yeah, anyways, let's get going. So what we're going to do first is get those belt locks on. So I'm going to switch to my camera here. So basically what we have to do, let me get my Allen wrenches out here. I'm going to need a couple different sizes, I think, tonight. So we'll pull these out. Okay, so what we're going to do up here is basically we're going to take our belts, and I'm going to make sure that I'm pulling on the belt to give a little bit of tension. And then again, same is going to apply for this side, so that there's some tension. Again, there's belt tensioners in behind here, but I don't want to leave too much slack because there's only so much room for tensioning on these belts. So I'm not going to reef on them, but at the same time, I'm going to make sure that they don't have too much slack in them. So we're going to attach these little guys, pull a bit of tension on the belt there. There we go. And attach these guys with M3 5mm screws. I can go a little tighter on that. There we go. Okay. The nuts are already in place in behind there. Now, before I get too carried away with tightening, I want to make sure that there is a little bit of tension on that belt. Yeah, so it loosened up there. A little tricky here. I have to kind of ensure that I keep a bit of tension on here. Okay, and this goes on a specific direction. Oh, and I'm kind of glad because I had that on backwards. Look at that. I believe. Yep. Make sure you follow the picture and throw this on the correct direction, which I almost didn't do. Okay. And we dropped our first part. Yay! It's quiet here without Jason doing the commentary. Wow. Kind of not used to it. It's kind of lonely. Lonely. There we are. See if I can't get this guy in there. There we go. Top one's on. I know my hands are in the way of the camera, but move them out of the way whenever I can, just to give you a view of what I'm doing. Get that belt out of the way. So there we are, that belt gripper's on. I've applied some tension to the belt, not too much, so there's still room there for tightening, but it's not overly loose. Yep, dropped my first part. I don't know who predicted. I should have a pool each stream. And at the beginning of the stream, I have a survey as to what time of the video you think I'll drop my first part. That's all right. Okay, let's get the second one on here. So this one's good. A little bit, there's tension there and tension in the back. We'll do the same with this one. We're going to pull out any slack. There we go. Okay, again, I don't want too much, but I don't want too much slack either. And I'm going to just start the top M5 nut in this one. Like so. There we go. Oh, I think I want to go a little snugger. About like that. There we go. Now again, if I'm doing something incorrect here, you know who gets the blame. That's right. Doesn't want to stay snug. I think I got it. Let's see. Give me a hard time just because. Yes. Yeah. Or are you talking about giving Jason a hard time just because he's not here? That's all right. Got to fly solo eventually, you know. Got to clip the wings. Mama's got to kick me out of the nest. Okay. There we go. Now this should all move rather smoothly. It's tight, but it's smooth. And they're not overly tightened. They're not over-tensioned. So I know one of the parts that Jason mentioned to me that I have to now go and check, likely. I'll wait till the hot end's built, but I have to go make sure that these gears in the corner are aligned with the riders. So I may have to adjust those gears up or down that the belt rides on. So just to make sure they're going straight. Like this one here, I can see for sure that that gear needs to go down a little bit. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so that gear will definitely have to go down a bit, but I'll check all those corners afterwards. We're going to get the hot end going right now. But this does seem to ride unimpaired. Back and forth, no problem. Feels tight, but I think that's okay. The belts aren't over tight. Let's look over here. No, they're not too tight. So we're going to go with that. Now, here's the nerve-wracking part. I've got to trim these belts. So what do you think? Change it to how many times Tim says A and you'll be dead in one. A? Have I said A already? I try not to. Man, I try not to do that. Okay. Well, we're going to bite the bullet here. We're going to trim the belts. What do you think? Should I trim the belts? I have to have confidence in myself. They're not too tight, for sure. They're not too loose. I think they're pretty good, and there is room for play in them. Worst case scenario, I buy new belts. So we're going to trim. Trim a belt. We did it. Woohoo! I'm free. I've done it 3 times already, huh? Okay. You keep track of that, Karen. Now that I've said it 3 times, no more. Okay, we're going to trim the next belt. That was kind of like big moment for me trimming these belts because there's no coming back. Once I trim this one, there is no coming back. And just bite the bullet. There we go. Come on. You go. There we go. Second trim. Belts are trimmed. It's like pulling off a Band-Aid. It's like pulling off a Band-Aid. We just cut them and be done with it. And if I screwed up, which I'm pretty sure I didn't, but if I did, what's it cost for a new belt? Nothing. Okay. I'll throw them over there. Let's have a look at the chat, see what's going on. Oh no, not that short. Come on, Liam, nice try. I looked at the instructions. Not that short, not that long. Okay, so we're going to continue with the hot end now. So last we left off, I have the hot end built to this point right here. Oh, yeah, right there. So this is what's going to go on next. And I'm going to flip down to the instruction part. Let me pop this window up again. Man, it's quiet without a co-host. But hey, it's going to be fine. So we made this step. We've got this step all done. We got the cooling fan shroud on there. And now we've built the hot end. Okay, we've got that top part on the hot end. This is going to go into the part on the printer on the X gantry. And then we're going to be at this section right here where we're completing this right here. Right here like this. Okay. So without further ado, let's go back to this camera. Oops, let's get rid of this window so you guys can see. There we go. So we're going to put this guy on. And I just got to ensure which way that goes up. Because there is a difference in this. It's not symmetrical. And it looks like it doesn't really make it clear. But from this angle here, it's going with a little bump upwards. There's a little bump on this. Okay, and oh, I see. Okay, so the nuts go up. So the nut openings are up. There we go. Just got to turn this a bit so I can see what I'm doing. And this just goes right in here. Now, if you missed last stream, I ended up having to, because there was not a lot of, there was a little bit of loose tolerance. Let me just finish snugging this up and I'll show you. Okay, in this part, in the green part, there's a little bit of loose tolerance. And in behind, there's a whole bunch of nuts that were sort of put in place. I ended up having to put a little dab of crazy glue on each of the nuts so they didn't end up falling in behind as I was trying to tighten things. So that's just, they just didn't sit in there super tight. So a little dab of crazy glue did it. Okay, so then we're going to bring the hot end up. I'm using the standard hot end that came with the standard configuration, which is the E3D V6. I have cut the PTFE tube. I use the I'm using the Capricorn instead of the white one that came with it. So, and then yeah. So this guy sits in like this. There we go. Now we're going to attach these top two bolts. Let's see. If you guys are chatting to me in the chat specifically, what will really help is if you actually tag me with your questions. So when I glance over, I'll be able to see my name in red. Okay, that's snug. Where are we? There we are. And that's nice and snug. Let's have a look at this from my angle here. That looks pretty good. Pretty good. Starting to look like a hot end now. And I think that's a little more, it feels tighter than I'm used to because it's a Core XY. So the belts are going, instead of just belt from end to end, it's going all the way around. So I think that's why it's a little snug, but that's okay. Anyways, I'm new to Core XY, so. Okay, let's take a drink here. Let's have a look at chat. Everyone tag every chat. Don't tag every chat. Liam, stop it. Just stop it. You're causing trouble. You're going to slow me down, my man. No, it's okay. It's all good. Liam and Kieran are here. They're the entertainment in the chat. So I should have one of them come on live with me to co-host with me. If anybody wants to volunteer, let me know and I'll pop you in. But I'll PM you and pop you in. Let's see where we're at now. Okay, let's open this window so you guys can see. Okay, so we've got this on, so we're at this stage right here. Attach the V6 face assembly, which we've done, and we've attached it with the, because I'm in trouble, that's the name of the, cause you trouble. Fasten the face with 2 M325 screws, and we've already done that. So now, PTFE tube. Okay, I've already inserted the PTFE tube. I did that last stream, or I started to cut it. I'm not sure if I actually inserted it, but if I did, it's too bad. School late for you, old curmudgeon? That's okay. That's all right. Oh, we get to assemble the extruder. Woo, cool. Okay, so let's open the extruder. So this guy comes, let's move to my close-up camera. This guy comes with a genuine Bondtech direct drive extruder. Bondtech BMG. Let's open the box. Ta-da! Oh, piece of foam. We have a Bondtech sticker, which makes it a genuine Bondtech. So you don't see that sticker with the clones. And we have a congratulations on a purchase of a Bondtech product, of course. And we have a extruder. That and a bag of parts. Bag of extruder parts. Look at that. Tensioning knob, tiny, tiny, tiny little grub screw, and a gear. There we go. Those must be, the tensioning knob's going to go in there. Let's pull this off. Let's have a look at this extruder. Whoops. Drop all the screws out. Pop that off. Very cool. So, I believe I've actually never owned a genuine Bondtech extruder before, but I know for a fact that I have to attach a couple parts, don't I? Yes. I printed that sticker myself. You got it. I have the ability to do that. Here, let's come on over here. I've never built one of these Bondtechs before, but it's pretty obvious what I've got to do here. Okay, so I'm going to just make sure. I'm going to have a peek over here and just make sure that I do everything correctly here. So yeah, it's already built. So really what I'm going to be doing is using those same 3 screws that are in it right now. It's going to be attaching to the top. And the stepper motor is going to be coming in from behind. There we go. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Okay. Okay. Glad you twisted your arm to get one. Oh, this guy, the close-up camera, yeah. Works really well. So I need to put in the tensioning knob. Come on. Oh no, I probably have to put this gear in first. So let's just see. So we have the stepper motor, which is going to come on in. So the gear's going to go on the stepper motor first. And then that's what slides right into there. Aha! See, you can't fool me. Now, it's just a matter of how far in that goes, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to adjust that after it's on the stepper motor. So we'll see. Pass-through connector, I'm not sure. Whoops. So we're just going to make sure that this goes on the flat part. Where's my grub screw? My hands are so big for this grub screw. There we go. We're going to start the grub screw in here. Like so. Okay. And man, I'm not quite sure how far I'm going to, well, trial and error, right? Trial and error as far as how far this goes on. Anybody built a BMG extruder before? Oops. Okay, let me get that. There we go. Give me 1 second. I think I'm going to, let's see. I just have to take one detour here for a moment, and I'm going to go. I have somebody that's going to pop in. So let's see. Here we go here. Let me copy this. Welcome to live streaming. When you get, you're here and you do things, and it happens. There we go. And I'm going to paste this and go like this. Let's see what becomes of this. Jerry wants in. Well, we'll see. I might let him in. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. He may come knocking, but question is, am I going to answer? I'm too nice not to. So this will go in here. Like that. That's the drive gear for this. So it looks like it's going to have to go in a little further down on this shaft. I've never built one of these actually before, so it's kind of a new experience. So loosen this a bit more. We'll come down, right there. You saw the watch? You saw the you saw the watch. Oh, look at that. Gotta hide the watch. Make fun of Jerry and Tim. Well, we'll see. He hasn't popped on yet. I did send the right. Did I send the right code? Let's see. You can't chat unless you're me, huh? Can't chat. Useless. I can't run chat. Useless. I'm you. You can't run chat. Then how does Oh, unless. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, here you go, Jerry. Hang on. There's that, and then there is that as the there's my login and password. If you log in as me, you should be able to come in and help with the chat. There we go. Now I'm going to put the little, oops, I can't see myself. See? Yeah. Now we're going to put this in. There we go. Doot, 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 doot. There we go. We have that. We have the pancake stepper motor ready to go in. That should work. That just still doesn't seem like that's going in far enough. See what I mean? That little gap there. Although there is that might be far enough. So we'll find out if I have to adjust that after. So, okay. Let's double check this one more time. Okay. M335s, which are already in there. Oh, with M3, or do I have to? Oh, I probably have to replace the screws with M335s. Okay. Attach the brass gear to the motor shaft. Slide the NEMA 17 motor, the tom mount, and the BMG. Yep, that's fine. Fair enough. Yep. Okay. I think I got the idea here. Okay. So I got to make sure that these are the right length screws in here. I may have to replace these with 35 millimeter screws. Let's see how big a 35 millimeter screw is. That's a 40. This is a 35. Looks about the same length as the one that came with it here. Let's just compare these. And yeah, they are, I would call those the same length. So yeah. So the ones that came with the extruder should be fine. Okay, let's get upstairs here and see what we're doing. Switch the camera view for you here. Mine doesn't make that fancy noise it switches like Tim's does on his streams. Okay. Oops, I got another message. What's going on? Did I give him the wrong information? Let's see. Oh, okay, I got to do that part. Okay. Give me 1 second there, Jerry. Shouldn't expire now. I keep forgetting I have to do that. There we go. Here we go, Jerry, coming your way. And there you go. Should work. Should work. Oh, did I do that backwards? Correct. Well, I got the gear backwards on this. Good thing I stopped and read this bag. So again, my inexperience, but what the heck, that's how you learn. So on the bag, it shows the gear going on the wrong way versus the gear going on the right way onto the stepper motor. So I put it on backwards. I put it on the wrong way. So according to that, it should go on this way. I have somebody joining me. Let me go. Hello, Jerry.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good.
Good. So yeah, good thing I read that bag. I had this gear going on the wrong way.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's okay. I fixed it. So you having a good night?
Oh, pretty good. I just cooked up some fish and potatoes and
okay.
Sprouts and real good.
See, that's not right. So that is not right because that won't go in there now. Okay, so I had it on the right way. Okay. I'm just trying to think why that bag said that. Huh. Odd. Okay. So it has to go on the other way because it won't fit into the stepper motor or into the extruder.
Lucas asked, hey man, I missed where you added the bed heater to the printer. Do you install a thermo fuse on the silicon heater?
I haven't added the bed heater yet. The bed's just sort of sitting in there. I just wanted to see how it looked in there. So the bed heater is another step I got to do yet. Oh, come on. There we go. Hex wrench sticks into the ball. There we go.
Please like, subscribe, and share the stream, everyone. Let's help Tim get over 1,000 subs.
Yeah, thank you. I had 70 subscribers in the last 28 days.
Awesome.
It's been great. Okay. Oh, switch cameras, Tim. There we go. So we got to feed this guy down the PTFE tube. Come on, get in the hole. I'm pretty sure I didn't cut that too long. There we are. That's about the right length. Okay. I'm going to put the stepper motor in behind. And if I'm lined up, I think I'm a bit, well, okay. This is the tricky part. I've got to get these lined up just right.
Old Curmudgeon says, I'll bet the Orbiter 2 comes out before the V Minion.
That what?
He says, I bet the Orbiter 2 comes out before the V Minion.
Oh. That looks about right now. That should work with the stepper motor now. Okay.
Yeah, streams go better when you have company unless you can see chat at all times and constantly keep
Yeah. Well, I can see the chat, but it's just distracting from the actual build here. Okay, that's not going in right. So let's pull this over closer. See what's going on in behind here.
Doing good, Apprentice.
Okay.
I'm waiting on my print to get done behind me so I can do a video on the Focus, another video on it.
I'm just going to come behind. Looks like...
Goggle says you need to use a left-handed wrench on that part there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think it's just a snug fit for that stepper motor is all. Those screws are all coming through just fine.
What material did you use to print that with? That green PETG or PLA?
The green is PETG.
Okay.
These parts all came pre-printed. I had to reprint 2 parts because I broke them, and I used the same PETG that they used on the printer on these parts. Same color and everything. Okay. This side would not grab. There we go. 1.
What happened? Jason get tied up? I PM'd him just a little bit ago and didn't hear a response.
Yeah, I PM'd him as well. He's probably tied up or busy, so that's okay. Okay.
Yeah, Tripod says you should have used TPU.
TPU, yeah. That might have been interesting. Okay. Okay. Okay, that should be good. I'm just going to swing it around here. Have a look at the back. Yeah, I find moving this, it's very, I'm not going to say tight. It's not binding, but it's snug. But I think that's because it's Core XY. And the belt is going through a long loop. But as I said earlier, I have to align all those gears yet. So I will do that in a bit. So we have that on. That should be good. I'm just going to, let's see, where's my, I'm going to grab a little piece. I just want to make sure that that's all lined up. I'm going to grab a little piece of filament.
Stephen Poole says the hot end's looking sexy, not you.
Said what? The hot end wasn't connected?
It looks sexy.
Oh, it looks sexy. Oh, the hot end. Okay. Good to know.
Actually, he said looking sexy, and then in quotes, he meant to say the hot end, meaning not you.
Let me turn this volume up a bit. Oh, my volume was way down. That's why I keep saying, huh? There we go. I'm just going to see. Yep, filament straight down to the hot end. Good.
Dennis says, looking good, Tim. Not sure how well it's going to go with Jerry's tech support, though.
Oh,
I have a Hypercube, but I don't have a RatRig.
That's all right. It's I know you're going to be perfectly fine tech support, perfectly fine co-host.
I came in to run chat and
yeah,
whatever else I could donate.
Whoops. Let's push this over this way. There we go. Okay. So I can put this extruder box away, keep my sticker. I'll put my sticker on my sticker board later.
Did you pin your PayPal post to the top?
It's on the top of my description.
Okay.
I didn't pin it to the top of my chat, so, but it's, let's see, if I go here, I can just, I'll pin it to the top of my chat right now. If anybody would like to contribute, it's not necessary, but it's always welcomed.
Astro Printer says with Jerry on tonight, it'll take 2 days to attach a hot end. Yeah.
Oh, I can't pin, hang on. If I grab that window there, and then if
What's
I
the build volume? That's 500 by 500 by 500, right?
Yeah, 500 cubed. Yep. There we go. 3D that, welcome. I don't recognize your name. I know you're new here. And if you are, I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel. Okay. We're going to bring this guy in. Oops. I think if I go like this and like this, there we go. Okay, so we're going to attach the hot end fan next. So we finished up to this stage here. We've got the pancake stepper in, we've got the BMG in, and so now we're going to attach the hot end fan. Assumes a 40 by 10 millimeter fan. For a 40-20 fan, you need screws. Yeah, it's a 40-10 fan that came with this. And I'm going to use two M335s on the bottom and two M325s on the top. Okay. So pop out and like that. So two M335s and two M325s. Screw organization, M335s. I had them in my hand a moment ago. 16, 8, 40. I still have a lot of screws left over here. M335s, there we go. Two of those. And two M325s, I believe it said. Yes. M325s. So the 35s, I said, go on the 35s go on the top. Oh, sorry, bottom. Oh, 25 and 20. What am I saying? Those are the 25s. 20s, 35s will be a bit too long. 25s, 20s. And 320s. Here we go. Ooh, long ones on the bottom. Okay. And then we're going to go to this guy, and here's the fans. So we have the obvious part cooling fan, this one, 24 volt, made in China. Pagenda technology, look at that. And then there's the hot end fan. Okay. Short screws on the top. And I've got a couple of these shrouds because I ended up having to reprint this part because one of the small ones broke. So I printed a spare one because it's quite fragile and thin. So there we go. You probably heard thumping. That's my 5-year-old upstairs not being quiet like he's supposed to be when I'm on my live streams. So yeah. Now my question is, which way do I want the wire coming out of this? Probably coming out the top.
Tripod says, I think I'm going to have Maddie make some shirts. The way you
okay.
On the front. Okay.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. This stream brought to you by Tripod's Garage. I forgot to say that. I like what these are. These are comfortable shirts. I'm not wearing my DWIT one because I wore it yesterday on your stream, Jerry, and it was just not meant to be worn twice in 2 days.
You might have multiple shirts that you just grab another one out of the closet.
Oh yeah, I can. I make my own, so I think I'm going to have that going up that side right there. I'm not sure what others have done, but that's an easy part to change if I need to. So, and then this goes in, or is it, oh, is that going to maybe have to go at the bottom based on this? Yeah. Oh, no, because that goes on this way. No, that goes on this way. Okay. So that wire is going to come out the bottom then, and then right up the top. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Short screw on the top. Okay. That. And where's my Allen wrench? Oh, sorry, my hex keys. Don't want to offend anybody by calling them Allen wrenches. That's all right. Okay. I don't like, no, I got to think this. I don't like that coming out. I don't like that wire coming out the bottom. That's too close to the hot end. Okay. Let's rethink this. Let's rethink this. So, this perhaps, I can come out that side. If I come out that side, that's better. Coming out that side.
Kip says I should find someone to make some shirts with various 3D printer logos on them. Sadly, most of the services that folks offer their shirts through don't offer large enough sizes.
Oh.
He must be in America because I think most Americans are overweight.
Right.
Statistically, compared to the rest of the world. We got too many commercials on TV for junk food, etc.
Okay, that's not reaching. Oh, hang on. Come on. That screw's not reaching. Let's see.
Yeah, I could wear a large shirt if I just cut the back out of it and I just hung it over my chest, and nobody, as long as I didn't get up and walk away, nobody would ever know.
There you go. Whoops. Okay. I think that nut pulled through. I think that's why on that one. So, see on this side.
Dougal says, did you replace an Imperial crescent wrench with a metric?
My crescent wrench, Imperial, with a metric. My crescent wrench. Now, what's a crescent wrench? You might call it something different than I do. There we go.
Adjustable wrench, crescent wrench is a brand name, but everybody calls them crescent wrenches. Because
oh, did I replace it with a metric? Yeah, I did. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, I did.
Yeah.
An adjustable, metric adjustable wrench. That's good. Nice. You almost had me for a second there. I don't think these bolts are going to fit through. I'll try again. Those nuts could be slipping from the back is maybe what's happening. And again, my hands are probably getting in the way, but there we go.
Kieran says an adjustable spanner.
An adjustable spanner. Okay. Okay. Well, there, I caught one. Look at that. Just a little tricky here. I think what's happening is the nuts that were pushed in from the back are sort of slipping when I try and tighten this up. Let's see if I can get the bottom ones to go. Yeah, we got grip. Good. And then the last one here. This top one hasn't gripped the nut, so I may have to just sort of push it in from behind. Let me move that around this way. There we go.
New person here, Mikhail. Hey, all, first time seeing a live show. Hello.
Hey, Mikhail, thanks for popping in. Go on down and subscribe if you like. That didn't grab the nut either. Huh. That one, it should have.
Mikhail says sometimes it's best to put a dab of super glue on them to hold them in place while you tighten them up.
That's what I had to do on this plate here. This one here. This one should grip on the bottom here, but yeah, that nut probably slipped through. Oh, no, there it goes. Got it. Just have to push a little more. Let's try this top one more time. Yeah, the top one definitely has slipped, so I'm not going to worry about it right now because there's 3 holding that fan in place. That's fine. I got to go back. I'll go back after, and I'll put a little tool in behind here. Well, let's see before. You know what? I'll forget to do that if I don't do it now. So let's see.
Yeah, I don't believe they're not knurl inserts. Barnacus. He says, "Hey, someone remind me, were the nuts not in assembly inserted with heat or just pressed in?"
Just pressed in. Yeah.
Yeah, my Hypercube, I had knurl inserts and I had to use a soldering iron to press them all in.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Mikhail, I don't think Tim has any knurl inserts on this printer. They're all pressed in, right, Tim?
They're all pressed in.
Yeah.
That might have fallen out because that's not gripping on anything. So I'm not going to let that hold me up right now because that's fine. It's in there snug, but it's not gripping a nut, but there's nothing going to move that fan. So I will look at that later.
Hello, Maker Viking Thomas.
Hey, Thomas. Okay, let's get a drink. Okay. Next step. Tim always has issues. I do, Liam. I always have issues with my nuts. I'm telling you. Oops. This one. Okay, so we got that attached, minus the one. I've got to check the nut that's sitting in behind here. Not a big deal. Let's see what the comments say. I wonder if somebody's had the same issues. Yeah. Trouble with the sizes, persistent paid off. Sounds like everybody had some issues with getting some of those bolts in, so that's okay. So now we're going to assemble the cable holder. So we're going to use M3x12s. Hold that, and then we 3 M3x12s, 2 M3x10s. So 3 M3x12s, M312s. Where are you? Right here. Okay, we're going to go back to this guy. Okay. 3 M312s, 2 M310s. 3 M312s. And 2 M310s, which happen to be right in front of me. 25 people watching. That's really cool. Thank you, everybody who's here.
Yeah, Kieran, when I was printing that base last night, in base mode, it got up to about 3 inches, and I noticed I was printing in midair. I got a clog on the focus, and I stopped the print, and I went and looked at the print that did print. It was pulling apart every 1/4 inch. It was way too thin, so I went back and resliced it. 4 bottom, 4 perimeter, and I'm reprinting it now. It's printing final. It should be done later tonight. And now it's going to be, sturdy and heavy duty. It won't be crushable.
Okay, so I'm going to attach that with, take my glasses off here, M3 hex nuts.
Hello, Mike. Never let the machines win. How you doing?
Hey, Mike. Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. I grew up in Toronto. I've been to Niagara Falls many, many times, but I've never gone over the falls in a barrel yet.
They think they banned that back in the 70s or the early 80s. I haven't heard about it in forever.
Yeah, I think they did. I think there was a lot of deaths caused by that. So we're just going to use the nut pulling method here just to sit these nuts in here. Oh, that's tight. Okay. Uno, let's go for dos. And line it up. Pull. There we go. Making sure not to break the part. And then, let's see, I'm just going to ensure I'm putting this in the right way. You have the countersink parts right there. So this part goes on the front.
Are the nuts sunk all the way in?
The nuts are sunk most of the way. Once I tighten this on, it should pull them right snug.
If not, you can lay it flat on the counter, take a Phillips screwdriver, press them down in there, push them all the way down in where they need to go.
Or one of these hex wrench guys.
Yeah, anything to put pressure on it that won't mess up the threads.
Oh yeah, that helped. That pushed them in further.
That was my tech information for the moment.
Good tech information. So we're going to take the shorter nuts. And I probably need my green hex wrench. Love these Wera hex wrenches because I know now I reach for the green one. Actually, the green one matches the RatRig parts too. So the green one's the one I'm using the most right now. And this goes on to here like so. And one more. So, so Mikkel says it happens more often than you think. They have fan litter firefighters in Niagara. Well, I imagine there's still the odd person that thinks, oh, you know, let's go over the falls in a barrel. But yeah, I kind of value life a little more. There we go. And this is going to be attached with, whoops, 3 M325s. Oh, sorry, 12s, 3 M312s. I didn't ream these holes out. I should have first, but that's okay. We'll get that all figured. So let's switch up to this camera. Oh, this comes in from behind, so we're going to turn this right around.
What kind of a Lazy Susan did you buy? I have a small one for painting, but it's plastic, and I don't think it would hold that much weight.
The one I bought it off Amazon. It's 12-inch. It's a 12-inch diameter, and it was like $35 on Amazon.
And it's got a plate on the top and the bottom, or just the rings?
It's got a plate on the. No, it's just the rings with holes that you can screw into the wood.
Oh,
so I screwed it into the plywood,
like you'd put on R2D2 or something, but smaller.
Yeah, and then it's just sitting on my desk, so I can slide it back and forth.
That's a great idea. I need to pick something up like that.
I'm doing that for any build I do from now on. It's a great idea. So this little cable holder is just going in these 3 holes, just like so.
Old curmudgeon got back. You can continue now.
Oh, he's back? Okay. Okay. And you notice all my people who have mentioned before, I'm not wearing shorts today. Just because I don't want to blind anybody. There we go.
I got a call early this morning, automated from Bank of America. My debit card got hacked.
Oh, wow.
I had like 50 different charges on it for a zillion different amounts of money. So I had to call the bank and cut up my card, and I got to wait 3 or 4 days for a new one, and then go through the process of contacting everybody on auto pay.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Okay, so we've attached the cable holder with the 3 screws. Now we're going to be attaching the 5015 layer fan and fasten it with M325 screws. Okay, let's get rid of you. There we go, M325s. I just had them out. I just had them.
I'm not sure about the RatRig, but my 5015 fans on all my CR10s, because the wire moves around so much, right above that sticker where there's the 2 slots that hold the wire, I would always hot glue that. That way, over time, I've had wires break, the solder connections underneath the sticker. So I would hot glue that top spot, so if there's a lot of movement, it wouldn't break it.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're speaking, if I go here, you're talking this area right up in here.
That's what I used to do. I'd hot glue that in that area, because underneath the sticker, you got 2 solder connections. And if that wire comes out of there, it'll work it back and forth and break it.
That's a great idea.
It may not happen to everybody, but it's happened to me twice on CR10s in the past.
That's a good idea, though. I mean, and the hot glue can always come off easy if you have to change it or something.
Yeah.
Okay, M325s. I saw them. 16, 10, 43. Where's my M325s? Oh, right there under my wrenches. Ha! And I need 2 of them. Okay. Let's bring the hot fan up. Let's bring the fan up. The fan is in the house, and it's being attached at 2 points. Oh, let's just see. Sorry, I got to go back to this drawing. Oh, just one. With one M325.
Hey, Lightspeed, how you doing?
Hey, Lightspeed. Okay, just one M325. Oh, I keep stepping on that stupid cover. This is going to go just like so. Okay. Huh. Oh, there we are.
Nope, no Jason today, so I popped in to help out with chat.
Yeah. Jason's MIA. There we go. That looks pretty good, and then that cable's going to wrap up. Probably won't be an issue with that with hot glue, because the way this cable goes in, whoops, I may do it anyways, but this one kind of comes in. Oh, I didn't change camera views. Oh, my goodness. There we go. But this one just kind of comes up out of that and straight back into the cable holder, so there's not going to be any pressure forward on this at all.
Yeah, it won't move anywhere.
It won't move anywhere. Yeah. So there we go. Okay, we got that part done. So it looks like the whole hot end assembly is almost ready to go.
Looks nice.
Looks great. Let's swing it around to the front view. There we go. There's a good view of it right there. Oh, and I've got to put the there's an end stop thing that's got to go on here. And I forgot to put that on, and I'll throw that on here, but that's just a little adjustable end stop trigger.
Tripod said you missed the payment to the Jason at help desk. That's why he's not here.
Oh, probably. So true. So now this talks about cable management tips. So it's saying that using zip ties to hold the whole wire loom, strain relief, et cetera, pretty much the same as in any 3D printer.
Hello, David.
Yeah, so there's a few different places to put zip ties and cable ties in here. And then the last thing it says is to ensure that there's clearance all around when I look down the hot end, so that there's no wires going in the rails, so that we don't have any rubbing on the rails. So that's pretty much.
David Wilson either just joined or just subbed, so he's here now. David Wilson.
Oh, thanks, David. Welcome.
Kieran says you got to round off the corners on your Lazy Susan there. That wood don't stab you in the stomach.
So looking down, I'm looking down, basically looking down the sides and the top of the rails here, and there's nothing impeding, no wires, and it's pretty clear all the way down. Yeah, so we're good that way. But I am going to get up here. I believe it's going to be my pink Allen wrench, or either pink or green. And I'm going to put that end stop trigger up there that I had missed in an earlier step. Okay.
I see one end stop trigger underneath the hot end.
Oh yeah, this one here.
Yeah.
But there's a piece that goes on. Oops, if I go over here. So there's a piece that goes on right here, an adjustable stop for it.
Yes, okay.
Put on this part here. So I'm going to take this. And I'm going to take this screw out and put that back in. Put it on. And I believe it's my pink wrench. No, it's not. It's my yellow. It's going to be my yellow. There we are.
Curmudgeon says, who needs end stops? Go centerless.
Go centerless. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm not as experienced as all you veterans.
Nothing wrong with the way you're doing it.
No. Plus, this is what the instructions say. So I look at it and I go, WWJD, what would Jason do? So now that's going to go. Oh, yeah, I had that right. Long end over here. There we go. That'll be adjusted later, obviously. Oops, except when you do that. Okay, so yeah, so what you don't want to do.
Tripod said hard hat time.
You don't want to crack that part by tightening it too much like that. So there's a reprint for me. Yeah, that's an oops. That's the second or third oops I've done in this build. But live and learn, right? All I did was tighten it a little. I didn't even feel like I was, felt like I was putting hardly any pressure on, but just a little half a turn. I wasn't even using this end, and
wow.
But that is that the piece that's in between here is very thin.
Is that something you printed or came with it?
Came with it. I'll just print another one. It just prints up this way on the bed, so it's probably about a 15, 20-minute print.
That PETG 100%, it shouldn't have broke like that.
No, well, depends on how thick. Like if we look here, it depends how thick. It's quite a thin layer right here as well. So, like, I mean, I could put that in here and, oh, maybe not so easy.
Do you have enough room? Well,
yeah.
Before you completely destroy it, I guess you don't have enough room to put a washer over it and still use it, right?
No, and it's a quick print, and it's just black PETG or something, so maybe I'll print it out of aluminum or something instead. No. For now, I'm gonna put this screw back in.
Aluminum. I want to see that video.
I'll just throw that screw back in place there for now. Maybe I will go sensorless there, old curmudgeon. No, I'll fix that up. So now we have next step here. Now it's telling me, so we've made sure we have clearance here. Oh, who's on here? Notifications. Nope. Now, we have to use the M545 screws to tighten the XY belts. It's essential the XY gantry remains square after tensioning. Okay, make sure you keep tensioning to get rid of the... Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to skip this step for now, because what I didn't do yet...
Well, that's true. Stephen Poole said you can mill it out with your little CNC machine?
Yeah. I'll just print another part. No big deal. I won't print it now. So now what I've got to do is I'm going to check. Let me switch the camera view here. I'm going to check the step we skipped, and Jason suggested doing it after it was kind of all together. I'm going to check in here as far as alignment. I wonder if that's easy to see. Let me move this a little more forward. To make sure the gears on the stepper motors on the back, oh no, wrong side, there's no stepper motor there. But to make sure the gears on the stepper motors are aligned here. Now this one here, I don't know if you can see it on the camera well. It's not that easy to see, but this gear can definitely come down a little bit because the belt is rubbing on the very bottom of the housing there, I guess it's called. So I'm going to move this until that screw is right in the middle here.
Once you put your belts on it last week or whenever it was, you moved your gantry back and forth so they would center out, right? The belts would find their center position, then you could adjust the pulley from there. Yeah,
and I've moved this back and forth a couple times.
Okay.
And yeah, I can see that one definitely has to go down a bit.
Okay.
So let's loosen this grub screw off. Oh, wrong key. That's going to be the dark green key. There we go. So we're going to loosen that and just drop that. Oh, I think there's two. That's why. Yeah, there's two grub screws. And we'll just drop that just slightly. There we go. The other one, tighten it. Okay, then we'll move it back and forth again, kind of position it. And I got to drop it a little more. These are the little parts that take a little bit of patience and time. There we go. Okay. A little bit more.
Is there a flat spot where those go in?
There's one flat and one round.
So if you just loosened them up and you move your gantry back and forth to see where center, you probably spun it past that flat spot, possibly.
No, I double checked. Like right now, it is definitely tightened on the flat spot.
Okay.
Now that looks better because I can see teeth on the top and I can see teeth on the bottom. So if I look through here, I can see teeth on the top of the belt and I can see teeth on the bottom, which suggests to me that it's pretty much centered on that. Yeah. It's not rubbing one way or the other. And this is smooth all the way back and forth. So now we're going to go look at this other side over here. And this one, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this one is definitely sitting a bit too low. So the belt is rubbing on the top here, and I got a lot of teeth on the bottom of the belt.
Yeah.
So this one's definitely a bit too low. So we'll loosen these grub screws. Okay, there's one and two. This is tight to work in for my big-handed guy. Okay, so let me move this camera over this way a bit. This flex camera I love. That way you can kind of see what I'm doing. Loosen that one and we'll raise that just that much. And we'll snug this grub screw up again, making sure I'm on the flat spot, and I am. Okay, and let's rotate this back and forth. Get those belts centered. And I could go up a little more, a little bit more. Okay. There. There. Okay. Let's go back and forth. Well, I went a little too high. Well, I can still see teeth in the bottom, but I'm a little too high. Okay, so final adjustment here. There. Let's see. I can see teeth top and I can see teeth bottom. But it could be a little lower. I'm probably being fussy now, but I'm just going to lower it a tad. I'd rather be fussy than frustrated later. There we go. That should do it.
I need to grab the dogs a bone real quick.
Okay. Throw the dog a bone. There we go. Much better. And then these guys are all lined up fine. Guy over here is lined up perfect. Now there's a couple other. Let's just keep going around the circle. This guy here, he's good. This guy here is good. And I got it now. Here we go. Okay, so I think I'm ready to tension these belts a little. Okay. So the belt tensioners on here, let's get this down, are right here. So this one on this side. Okay, and then on the other side, whoops, we have this one right here. So this one tensions the upper belt, and the one on the other side here tensions the lower belt. So this lower belt's pretty good. The upper belt could use a bit more tension. So we're going to.
If I remember correctly, the brutes you don't use supports. None of their parts use supports.
I don't believe they did. No.
None of the droid parts need supports. Tripod, do you remember using supports to anything? I think everything is designed so you don't have to have supports anywhere.
Okay. It's going to keep it. Let's see. It's still a bit loose.
Yeah, the body I printed on one piece on my larger printer, but Tripod said it didn't use supports either.
Ah.
I use a net fab. Typically, when I have to cut a model, I'll drop it in net fab and cut it. Take care, Matt.
See you, Matt. Take care, Matt. Thanks for being here. Oh, there we go. Now it's starting to tension a little bit on that one. My bottom belt's pretty decent. Just got to tension this top one a little more.
And my Hypercube is really hard to tension the belts.
Is it? I don't want to over tighten either. So, yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay. Look at There we go. Oh, okay. Oh. Tensioned belts. Okay, now what are we going to do? Let's go back.
David Wilson has a comment for you.
David Wilson, your hot end seems to move a lot easier than mine. Curious if it gets harder when you tighten. It didn't seem to get harder as I tightened it. No, and it don't get me wrong. It's not simple to move. It's smooth, which I think is the key thing. It's very smooth, so there's no binding. It's a lot tighter than I'm used to, because I believe it's a lot tighter than I'm used to, because I think because I've never done a Core XY system before. So I think because of the belt path and the way it's going through, and the fact that we got two stepper motors attached to it, it's not going to just free flow so easy. But the key thing is it is tight, but it's very free flowing, and there's nothing binding it at all, and there's no jumping. It's extremely smooth, but it is quite tight. So yeah, and yeah, it might have tightened up a little bit since I tensioned the belts, but not enough to make a huge difference. So let's so that was this part. Now see, now they have an article, and I'll read this later, but they have an article on comprehensive tightening, article on tightening Core XY belts. So if I were to click that, okay, so here's a whole article that goes into what's involved in tightening Core XY. I won't get into that right now, but I will read that as a good read one day. So there we go. Now it looks like we're going to attach the bed probe. So this guy came with a genuine BL Touch Lab. Yay! So let me go back to the, actually it's quicker if I just do that. Let's go back to this. So use the screws included in the packaging, fasten the probe to the face of the carriage with the two M310 screws that are already in the assembly. What M310 screws? I missed a step, obviously. Go back up here, because I've got the piece still sitting on my desk that holds the BL Touch. Yeah, I don't recall. So if I look here, this is the piece that holds the BL Touch. And I don't recall them telling me to put that on. But I'm going to assume that that is going to go. If you look over here, that's probably what these two holes right here are for. And yeah. So I'm sure the BL Touch is going to go on right. Yep. So let's go find. I'm just going to find. I obviously missed that step. It's all Jason's fault because I missed that step. So there's the screws for it right there. Okay. There again, there's the screws right there for the BL Touch. And no, I guess I didn't miss it. Nowhere in here does it tell me to add that. No. No. Okay. So I'm going to assume they are going to be then. So let's go back up here to the area here. So M310s and the screws that came with the BL Touch. There we go. Okay, cool. So we're going to find some M310 screws here, right here. Two of these. And I just don't know. I just don't know how. I'm just going to show you what I'm looking at here. If I blow this up, there's a little bracket, so it looks like it goes in that way. Okay. So
yeah, the wires towards outside.
Wires towards the outside, but that little the thing that holds it on is on the left-hand side. Okay, there we go. So basically this is going in like, is that the right size? It is. So this is going in here like this. There we go.
Not way up there, it's not.
Right here. Those are the two holes right there.
It looks, I mean, from where I, maybe so, but is the BL Touch going to sit low? Okay, all right.
It looks high, but yeah, let's, but that's where the holes are for it. That's where the mounting holes are.
Because once your BL Touch is on, of course, it's going to be above the nozzle, probably 1/4 of an inch.
And there goes the nut to hold that in. Oh, you got to be kidding me. That's why I got to super glue these things in. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Oh, so the nut that was in behind here just fell out. And so I'm sure the bottom one's going to fall out too. That's not going to be easy to put on without pulling that whole flipping hot end off again. Well, yeah, that's how I feel, Jerry. Thank you. Wow. So there's a lesson that I would suggest to people is hot glue those or super glue those nuts in. And it actually pressed in pretty tight when I pressed it in, but obviously not tight enough. So I'm going to slide this over here. So basically what I'm dealing with here, there we go, is I got to figure out how to get a nut in behind this. That's not going to be easy. Ah, crap. Oh, who said things are going to be easy? Well, I shouldn't have to take, the extruder off, or the feeder. I should just have to take the hot end fan assembly off. Oh, love these live streams. Okay, so let's take this off and have a look.
I think I'm behind on chat here.
That's okay. I'm way behind on chat. So we're going to pull this off. Okay, lesson learned. Going to glue those nuts in. I seem to always have problems with my nuts on my streams. So here comes the fan. There we go. Yeah, I can get, so I can actually access. Actually, I'm going to put this on now before I put the hot end back on. Matter of fact, yeah, it's right in there. It's where that nut's got to go, right in there. So if I let's pull this forward, there we go. Get a little closer. Okay, now if I can get some tweezers, maybe I can get that in there with some tweezers. I need some light up there. It is dark. Let's see. There we go.
Here, I'm going to hold your flashlight.
Yeah, hold the light for me, will you? Oh, my belly saved it from falling on the floor. Sometimes it's good having a big belly. Okay. Just get it in there. Come on. Come on. Actually, if I do this, there we go. Come on. Oh, man. Okay, this is probably painful for everybody watching, too, but I should be able to get this to go.
Well, if you work on it for more than 10 minutes, just turn the printer on its side.
I don't know if you're serious or.
Yeah, that way the nut wouldn't fall out. It'd be level.
Oh, this thing is heavy. I won't work on it that long, actually. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? The easiest thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got room to get a screw in behind it, a bolt, and try to. Yeah, I don't know if that would work to pull it in.
That's exactly what I'm trying right now. Okay. There it is. Pull it in. But what we'll do this. Oh, crap-a-dolly. Okay, that's okay. You know, these live streams are good for me because normally I'd be throwing something by now. And I know it doesn't help anything, but I get impatient with some things. So because I'm live, I can't do that. It's teaching me patience. There we go. Okay, let's try pulling that nut again. Shall we? It's because it's not in there tight at all. That's why it's Okay, makes me wonder if there's something blocking it from going in there all the way. No? Okay, well, then what I'm going to do, and I know this is what I should have done to begin with, come to think of it. We're going to put the part on.
Astro Printer said you're teaching us patience.
Uh-huh. Well, for all you guys watching, it's got to be like watching paint dry.
Is that the first one or the second one?
First.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Can you get it all the way in place and put super glue on it to hold it, or you don't have room to do all that?
It's very tight in there. So, okay, hang on. I'm trying to give everybody a view here of what I'm dealing with. So I got to get the bottom one looks like it's seated just fine. Why the top one will not go in too easy is beyond me, but we're going to try one more time. Okay, it's in there. It's in there straight, but it does not want to pull itself to seat. But if I can hold that in place with my finger, put this piece up, and then if I can grip the threads, there we go. I got it. Got the little bastard. So you can see there where I've actually gripped the threads on it. Okay. that'll be a little SOB if I ever have to take it apart. But if I ever have to take it apart, I'll take it right apart and hot glue those nuts in. Okay. Yay!
Long one. Yeah, tripod says you got the bracket backwards. Just kidding.
Oh, yeah, nice. There we go. I'm going to be very careful not to crack these parts. There we go. That is sitting in there nicely now.
He has the patience of a Flames fan. I don't know who the Flames are.
Patience of the Flames. Calgary Flames, the NHL team.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, now that we've gone through that, let's open up this BL Touch. Comes with its own screws. Springs.
Astropair says if Jason was here after the fact, you'd say, Tim, there's an easier way to do that.
He would. Yeah, I believe it. Okay, so the BL Touch is going to go on, so the wires are on the outside, and I don't think I need any of these springs or anything on this. Now let's just see the height of this, because I know you thought that looked too high. But once this is on, oh yeah, that probe will definitely deploy below the nozzle. I'd say there's about 2 to 3 millimeters between the nozzle. I don't know if you can actually, no, you won't actually see it from that angle, but yeah, there's about 2 to 3 millimeters between the nozzle. Right now, the probe is about 2 to 3 millimeters higher than the nozzle.
That's right, then.
Yeah, so it's going to be fine. Okay, so I'll pull out the, I need the nuts. I'll use 2 nuts, the washers. I don't need screws this long, but I guess may as well use them since that's what came with it. So let's go back up here. See if I can do this without dropping anything. That'll be the miracle in itself. So we'll go through the side one. Actually, I'm going to do the one closest to me first. Through here.
Yeah, those are really long.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they'll be fine, but it's what came with it, and it says to use the hardware that came with it. And we need a little washer. Oh, there's the washer. Drop the washer, of course. Okay, I dropped something.
I think the last time I installed a BL Touch, my nuts were on the top and my bolt came through from the bottom, but
oh yeah,
whatever that it tells you to do.
There we go. Got the washer on, and of course the nut is AWOL. Where did I put that other? Oh, there it is. The nut was hiding under a clip. Oh, come on. Ah, there we go. Got the nut started. That's what matters. There we go. And this is what kind of a screw? It's a Allen? No. That's a tiny Phillips. I got to grab my little tiny tiny screwdriver. This one will work. I have mini screwdriver set somewhere. I've misplaced a bunch of tools since I reorganized my studio. Where my tiny little... I don't know where my tiny little thing is. There's that. Where are my bits? Where's my bits? Where are my bits at?
Next to your tiny little thing you can't find.
Well, I found my tiny little thing. It's in my head. There.
Yeah, Mike says stuff hides when you reorganize. Yeah, when I straighten up, then I can never find anything.
God, I know. Like, isn't that true?
You put it somewhere where you know you're not going to remember, and then you can't find it.
I lost a camera. I lost an outdoor security camera. I still haven't figured out where it is. Okay, this. Oh, there's right in front of me. There's a kit.
On your neighbor's house, probably.
Yeah. Oh, my magnets fell. There we go. So I have this cool little kit that I got a while ago. And a Phillips.
That looks nice.
Yeah, it's a neat little kit. That'll be good. Here we go.
Hey, red light, how you doing?
Red light. And then let's get over. This one could be a little trickier to do. Okay. Screw, nut, and washer. Or bolt. Screw, bolt.
I gotta grab another battery for my vape pipe.
Okay, Jerry.
Be right back.
Okay, this I'm going to get up on the bench for. Up on the stool. Ah, there we go. Now I feel tall and superior. And where's the washer? Washer. Washer. Oh, I put it right here. Ha! Man, okay. Let's see if tweezers will help here. It's tiny spaces to get into here. There we go. There goes the washer. I'm not looking for that, so it's going to have to do without a washer.
Mike said that toolkit must be new. Still got all the parts in it.
Must be what? New? No.
Everything's still organized in there.
I've had it for a while, but I don't use it a lot because I've got like 5 or 6 different mini screwdriver options. So the washer went flying. It's puny, and I'm not going to look for it. So for now, this is going to go washerless.
That happened with all my drill bit sets. You know, after a couple of years, they're either put back somewhere else, they got broke and not replaced, and yeah, you can't find half of them.
So true. That's why hardware stores stay in business. Come on. Oh, man. Wow.
If you have a magnet, take your wrench, rub it over the magnet like 20 or 30 times. It'll magnetize the tip, and then grab it. That way, if you let loose, it'll stay and it won't fall on the table.
Ah, okay.
Same with a screwdriver. You magnetize the tip of a screwdriver. That way it doesn't fall. You know, you slip off of it. It'll stay with it.
That's a good tip. There we go. Got her. Okay. If I could find my little electric screwdriver bits, I'd be using it for this. Actually, that'll fit my electric screwdriver, actually, come to think of it. Second part dropped. And the all touches on. And when that probe extends, oh yeah, perfect. Now I should be able to put this fan back on.
Old curmudgeon says you'll miss that washer later.
Yeah, I will. Now, can I get a nut in behind there? Definitely no nut in there. I'm just looking right up here where that last. Well, there is a nut in there.
Yeah, guys, keep it clean. Don't post comments. Ignore what he's saying if you're thinking the wrong thing.
There is a nut in there. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's get this fan back on.
Yeah, I heard that too, Kit. A couple times something happened. I heard like a reboot sound from Windows. That wasn't me, I don't think.
Yeah, I wonder if it was me.
I don't know where it came from. I don't think it was me.
Well, it had to be me then.
We hear a dog and somebody yelling at the dog.
That's the dog, and that's Ethan yelling at the dog to stop. He seems to think dogs understand English. He's 5. He'll learn. Dog's going nuts.
Doggo wanted to know if you used the left-handed screwdriver, and Dominic said that Nero 3DP uses 2 electric drivers. Those things are sweet.
Yeah, I have an electric driver. It's actually it's right here. I wonder if this is the right size. Let's see if this is the right size one that's on it. It is too. Now, is that wire? I'll figure out that wire. Yeah, this is actually the right size bit because I can't find my bits for this. I put them somewhere and I don't know where. But that's the right size bit that's on there. There we are. Whoops. That's why the dog is barking. There's somebody at our door.
Is your wife home?
Yeah, she's upstairs taking care of it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, again, those bottom two are snug. I think the top two, the nuts have fallen out. Now, I'm going to try one quick thing here. That's not going to work, but if I can get this guy kind of in behind. Nope. I just need to get something in behind here. If I can put pressure on the nut.
Old curmudgeon said he got a wow stick last month.
Yeah. That's going to be fine. Yeah, these electric screwdrivers are kind of cool. I should really dig. Ah, see, that's. I should really try and find where I put the bits for this thing here, because this is pretty cool. This is called W or whatever it is. It's a YZH.
You need to make a screen that pops up and plays music, so that if you need to look for something or something happens, you can like take a break off camera for a minute and then come back, hit a button on your stream deck, and come back to it.
That's a good idea.
Like Chris Riley, when he goes to get coffee or something, he'll play music and have another screen pop up. Be right back.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Very cool.
That sounds like a dentist drill. Oh my God, I hate that sound. At least that's what I'm hearing real faintly.
Yeah, that's sort of what it sounds like.
Oh man, worst noise in the world.
Those nuts are not gripping in the back, and that's the other issue somebody said that they had, that these screws were a bit too short for the top. So I wonder if I have any spare longer ones.
That's why I don't have any teeth, old curmudgeon, because of that noise. I just had them all pulled. Most of them pulled.
I don't want to use something that I'm going to need later, but I'll have to replace those. Yeah, see these top two, I'm having issues getting them to grip the nuts in behind. And I don't know whether the nuts are sliding out, but so that's another thing. And that's in a piece where you could actually use the heat set. What are those things called? Those heat set?
Knurl inserts?
Yeah, these guys. Yeah, I think it's these guys here.
Yeah, the knurl brass inserts.
There's a couple pieces on here where I would recommend using these actually. And I may actually end up going back later and putting these in because there's enough room in those parts to fit these. So, but that's down the road, but that's okay.
If you ever have room to put those in and the bolt goes all the way through the part, if you put that on a bolt first, back it off just a little bit, heat it up, pull it in, then you don't, the threads stay clean. Because on most of mine, when I pressed them in with a soldering iron, that melted plastic got up in the threads and I had to heat up a screw and screw it back down there to clear it out.
I have these, I picked up these tips that are used for putting those in.
Nice. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. That way it drops all the way down there. The melted plastic doesn't come back up in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have those.
Okay. So let's put that away. Where's my little screwdriver? Right here. Just going to put this bit away. See, I put my tools away before I try to. That way I know they're all here. So next time I go to grab them, I hate when I go to grab something and there's a piece missing out of it that I need. So, okay. Oh, look at that. We're almost at 8 o'clock and I pretty much got the entire hot end done. We got the BL touch on. We got the extruder on. Hang on 1 second, guys. I'm being paged and he knows not to disturb me, but hang on 1 second.
Can anybody read lips?
Okay, he wanted me to go up and put the dog in his box. He knows better than to sort of come onto my live stream, but that's okay. I'm almost done here. We're almost done here anyways. I got pretty much the entire hot end built now. I'm going to go back and tweak a couple things, as I say. I may take this apart and put those other things in there. I'm not happy that I can't reach the nuts with those bolts. So yeah, I may do that. And I think that was the only part. Oh, I've got to reprint the little end stop plug here that I kind of cracked because I was over muscling it. So yeah,
it's like a football game, guys, where they hold the paper up to their mouth. That way people watching or the other side can't read lips and see what they're saying.
Oh, that's what I should have been doing.
Yeah, I asked everybody in chat. I said, "Hey, can you guys read lips?" But we just look at your facial expressions.
Anyways, it's okay. So here we are. We got the BL touch on, and that's the end. So that's the completion of the hot end. And I believe, if we go back, Jason's going to watch this and go, shake his head and go, oh, man, no. If we go back, that's the hot end assembly. The spool holder I've done. If I come back here, I've already made the spool holder. I did that. And that's actually not a bad spool holder. The fact that it runs on bearings. And the spool holder is going to end up sitting back. I think there's a number of places it could go, but it's likely, I think, going to go in the back here somewhere.
You got to have access to it, so
yeah, maybe even the front. You know, who knows? So we'll see. But that's down the road. That's the beauty is the spool holder can move around. So
what's next going to be wiring?
Next thing, next thing right here is going to be the bed assembly. So I've got the bed assembled, but what I haven't done is I've got to put the heater pad on it, and I've got to put the magnetic sheet on it with the, for the surface I've got. So
nice.
I'm not going to do that now because we're at my 2-hour limit. But I'll do that next week. It won't take long to do that. And then, yeah, after that, I believe we jump into wiring and firmware. So this is the board I'll be using, is the one for the RatRig.com electronics. So if I go to this link here, I am using the DWIT 3 Mini 5 with DWIT 3 Expansion Mini 2. So this will be the wiring right here. So, yeah. This is where we're going to be next week. This is where I would need a little bit of professional help. So, and that's going to take a little bit of patience, that part on my behalf, because I know there's going to be a lot of little wiring of these type of little plugs here.
You done fine on your droid build. You'll be fine with it.
These guys. So
those are a pain to crimp. Yeah,
they are. Like, yeah, these little things here. Yeah.
When you get older, it seems like your fingers get bigger. You lose your eyesight. You need more light. It makes them hard.
You look at the size of my fingers compared to this little plug, and
they're a pain to crimp.
I think what I'll end up doing this week is I've got a couple kits of these things somewhere in here. I'll dig them out. I may just practice this week. Just practice crimping, because I mean, these parts here are really cheap. So and I've got a ton of wire, so I may just do some practice of crimping. If you call that cheating, so be it.
No, it's not cheating. You need to know what you're doing. So definitely practice.
Yeah, practice that, and then that way the wiring should go a little easier. So for those of you,
you have the crimping tools already, correct?
I do. I have 3 different crimping tools, which I think will cover what I need to do for crimping. And for those that haven't seen the stream before, it's massive. This is the bed for this printer.
Very nice.
So, right here, it's pretty big. It's got the magnet on the back. It's got the good 3M adhesive on it. So that should be a nice strong magnet. So, yeah, and then the underneath that, this is the heater pad for the bed. So that'll go on next week as well.
On some of those tiny connectors, quite often I look in my junk box of old cables and I find something to just cut where I can just solder and put heat shrink on it. That way I don't have to recrimp ends. I do that a lot. Yeah,
that's probably a good idea. That's probably it's probably something I'll look into doing that way. So if it's available. I like this though, because it's what I'll end up doing. I hope I'd like to kind of have like almost not a daughter board in a sense, but all the connections that are going to the hot end, I'd like to be able to unplug, so that if I have to replace something, I don't have to replace the whole wiring harness, the whole wiring loom thing. So yeah, well, okay. That's perfect timing with the 2 hours. Jerry, thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. That's a great help, because it felt really odd not having somebody doing some commentary with me. So
okay, I'm going to go ahead and pop out and you can carry away.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, thanks so much. Jerry, thank you so much. That was great. I appreciate you stepping in. Everybody that's watching, thank you so much. Fire extinguisher on standby, Kieran. Oh, good idea. Oh, before I forget, how many people are still watching? 23. We have a giveaway to do. Woo! So we have Kieran has generously donated $50 US gift card, okay, for anywhere in the world on Amazon. Okay, so we're going to do a giveaway. I just reading Kieran's comment made me think about that, and I apologize. It's late, but I think everybody is still on that was on the stream. So hopefully nobody jumped off early, because if you did, hey, you could be missing out on the giveaway. So we're going to do a giveaway. So I am going to create a word. Just like I've done on the previous streams. There we are. A word is going to pop up. Let's see, what word should I use? Okay, let's use the word. Oh, you know what? This is a good one, because Kieran started this trend. Don't misspell it. This is the word to put in the comments to be entered in the draw for a $50 gift certificate on Amazon, courtesy of Kieran Clark. Kieran, thank you so much. That is so very generous of you. The word is Vegemite. Go ahead and type the word Vegemite in chat, and we'll do the draw as soon as everybody's entered. We have 24 people, which is good. Not too many people left. I think the stream peaked at 30, so some people did leave midstream. And when you leave midstream, you miss out on some wonderful prizes. Don't misspell Vegemite, okay? I know it's a hard word, but it's Vegemite. And Karen, you can enter too. Hey. Look at that. Vegemite. Vegemite is delicious. I haven't tried that yet, Mike, so I'm not sure. Vegemite or Vegemite not. You know what I think we should do while I'm waiting for everybody to enter? I learned while I was in Ontario, I'd never heard of this, and I'm sure everybody on here has, but I'm just in the dark, you know, head in the sand. The one chip challenge. Who's heard of the one chip challenge? I mean, that's insane. Apparently there's one chip. It's got some sort of pepper on it. And if you can eat the whole chip and keep it in 10 minutes without water or anything helping you, you get a plaque. Oh, we should do that live stream one chip challenge with about 9 other people on my channel. We'll do that one day. So, okay, I think everybody's entered. Let's see. We have 28 entries with 25 people viewing. That's going to be interesting to see how that worked out. Let's do the draw. Ready, everybody? Again, good luck, everybody, and thank you again, Kieran. It's much appreciated. And the winner can contact me. Let's go. Boom. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. And the winner is doop, 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 doop. Astro Printer Liam. Woohoo! Congratulations. Liam, you know how to get a hold of me, DWIT3DCanada@gmail.com. I will ensure that you get that Amazon code for $50 US. Thank you to Kieran Clark. I just think it's funny that the two people that keep me the sharpest and that throw the most insults at me, one gave away the 50 and the other one won it. I think that's phenomenal. Awesome. That is great. Congratulations. So, yes, that's good. So get a hold of me, Liam, and I'll make that happen tomorrow for you. So again, Kieran, thank you so much. Next week, I will do a filament giveaway for anybody that wants to show up. I will be giving away some filament. I'm going to try and at least have a prize every live stream now that I've got a lot of people joining in. And my subscriber count is growing, and I really appreciate it. If you're here tonight and you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the thumbs down button if you didn't like what I did today. If you're really ticked off that Jason didn't make it on the stream, leave it in the comments so he can read it and let him know how disappointed we all are that he wasn't here. But I'm sure, knowing Jason, there is a good reason he's not here, and I hope everything's okay. But I'm sure we'll see him here next week because I'm starting the electronic portion of it. And that's when I'm going to be like, ooh, I won't know what I'm doing necessarily. But thank you, everybody, for showing up. And we will see you all next Sunday, same time, for the rest of the build. We'll finish the plate. We'll start the electronics. I'll get a hold of Jason this week, see what's going on, if he's going to be here. But otherwise, congratulations to Liam. Thank you again to Kieran. And thank you, everybody who was here tonight. So like and subscribe and share my next one so we can get as many people going. I'm creeping up to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and it's all because of you guys. It's great. I think I went up like 75 in the last month, which is just phenomenal. It's way beyond my expectations. So there will be a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, I promise. So, and I pretty safely say there will be a 3D printer given away at that point. So that's all I'm going to say, though. So anyways, everybody have a wonderful week, and we're going to talk to everybody next week. Again, thank you, Jerry, for helping out. It was greatly appreciated. And we'll see you guys all next week. Bye for now. Oops. I got to hit the right button when I say goodbye, don't I? There we go.